feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your host, Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host, Chris Hanks, who's the executive director and founder for the Shore Center for Entrepreneurship. Of course, we had on our guest today, who is fabulous. You ought to listen to his entire broadcast today at shrimptankpodcast.com. It's Mark Galvin, who's the CEO and founder of ePresence. You have to be asking yourself, and we discussed on the show today, do you need an e-publicist? And remember, on all of these post-show wrap-ups, what we want to do is we want to show you how to get some book smarts, how to get some street smarts, so you can be better as an entrepreneur in your life.
So we talked. There was so much great content on the show, and the show went by so fast. There was so much that we couldn't get to. Like for a business owner that really doesn't know near as much about social media as you do, what's the best source for them to go back and get more information about the things that we talked about?
So one of the great things that we've done at ePresence is we have our own podcast. So we have a monthly podcast. We bring in guests. We talk about what's new in social media. What do people need to know about business and social media? Because it's always changing. And we talked about security before. Security is such a big deal today, and everybody wants to know, how do we make sure that we do what we need to do? We achieve our mission, but at the same time, let's be safe. And so we have good tips, and we're always talking about those things on our monthly podcast, and it's called How's Your ePresence? So How's Your ePresence? And we're on iTunes and Twitter. What, name that list again?
Stitcher, Beecher, Squeaker, all of them, right? SoundCloud,
I need to record
Google
that.
Play Store.
I can play. I need to record that. I'll play it on my podcast.
They're all on
yeah,
there.
but we're there everywhere. Or you look up my name, Mark Galvin, and you can find our podcasts.
Well, we talked about a lot on the show today, but there are a lot of entrepreneurs that may be watching the post-show wrap-up that are saying, okay, I kind of put together a LinkedIn profile. I just started my Facebook business page. Where's the best place, or how does somebody start to get their brand out there if they're a new entrepreneur?
Well, I always tell anybody, just start off the million-mile journey with just one step. So the thing, if you don't know the answer, where is your audience? Go find it. And I recommend just go out and go to Pew Research, and you can find out from their 2018 data. It'll tell you, where's your audience? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Snapchat? Make sure you find out where your audience is, and then get a company page, get a personal page, and start communicating with the people there. Now, the other question is, well, what do I say? Well, if you don't know what to say about your business, then find someone who does. Find someone who can communicate for you. And we all, there are some people, CPAs aren't really good about communicating about what they do. So if you're that person, find someone who can communicate that data, but communicate to your audience wherever they are.
So one thing we didn't talk about on the show was what platforms are best for what kind of businesses. Like, for example, maybe a restaurant business, is LinkedIn the most effective, or is Twitter? So what would you say as far as how to match the right business with the right platform?
That's a great question, because we all know that the restaurants are that B2C type format, and B2C organization, they need to talk to their audience, which will be on Facebook, of course. But don't forget this. Everybody that's coming in looking at a job are pulling up the people that own that company on LinkedIn. So if I'm a server and I'm going to a restaurant, I want to see who owns this restaurant, who's running it, and what is important to them. So they need to talk about management style, what's important to them, values, put that all on LinkedIn about how you like to manage, and then go to Facebook and start communicating to your call it end user, your customer. So restaurants would all be on Facebook. The others are, LinkedIn. I mentioned CPAs before. CPAs need to be all over LinkedIn. If you are a B2B organization, you need to be on LinkedIn. In fact, I'll take it a step further. There was had a client who sells air handlers, and these are hundreds of, they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they go on the ceilings of major warehouses to clean the air. He found that when he advertised on LinkedIn, that he found more of his audience than when we were just posting content for him. So find your audience, communicate to them there, and you'll find much more success.
Well, we talked a ton on the show today about all sorts of platforms. What's your favorite platform?
My favorite platform is LinkedIn. Get a lot done there.
And what's your least favorite platform today?
Can I plead the fifth?
No,
I gotta like them all, right?
Yeah, that's true. He's a social media guy. He's got to like them all.
But from a personal perspective, the one I dislike the most is Snapchat because I can't see enough what's going on.
Yep. You need those snap streaks that are out there. Well, for folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up and they may be thinking to myself, gosh, I don't know where to start. My LinkedIn profile is messed up. I'm not sure if my company's going at it the right way. How can they get in touch with you and ePresence to learn more about hiring your firm so they can start having an ePublicist and grow their business?
They can find me at epresence.me. That's our website. So epresence.me because it's all about you. Or you can find us all over social media using the same letters, just lose the dot. epresence.me. That's our handle on LinkedIn, Twitter, and on Facebook.
Well, thanks for coming on the broadcast today. And for you entrepreneurs that are watching this on the post-show wrap-up, or you're an executive in a firm or something like that, I want you to think about this in the end of the day, that social media is a one-way freight train. It's not just here today, but it's growing at rapid speed. And at some point, you need to learn how to turn social into sales. How do you turn social into sales? And that's what the folks at ePresence, they'll help you do that and much, much more. Thanks so much for watching the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.